Well, on Sunday at Talladega, Michael McDowell was just a couple of 100 yards away from getting to victory lane. Instead, a crumpled up race car and a broken heart. Man, how disappointing was it Sunday after the race?
Oh, it's still disappointing. I mean, like you said, just brokenhearted. I mean, I feel like we had one of the fastest cars there. You know, our Love's Travel Stop Ford Mustang was class of the field all day, all weekend, you know, getting the pole. But it's Talladega, and it's the last lap, and everybody's fighting hard. I mean, obviously, Brad was hungry for a win, and I was as well. And he did all the right things, and I tried to do all the right things and just came up a little bit short there with that last block down to the bottom. So, you know, it stinks. I mean, to be that close and to know we had a shot at it and to not have anything to show for it's disappointing, but I'm still really proud of everybody here at Front Row, the speed that we've had, the cars that we're bringing to the racetrack. So there's still a lot of positives and a lot of momentum from that, but you want to win. And, you know, win nowadays is so much. I mean, it gets you locked into the playoffs. It does a lot of things for you. So it was an all-or-nothing kind of move, and I know that. But, yeah, if I could hit the rewind button and get those last 30 seconds back, I would change a few things. But that's a learning process that is ongoing.
So I know you've gone back and looked at it, and thinking back on it, obviously Brad kind of trail braked it through 3 and 4. I'm sure you were doing that. I mean, is there anything more you could do to not let that car get as far behind to get that run?
Well, it's always easier once you can go back and watch the video and look at the data. But for sure, there's things that I could have done differently and things that I think could have helped prevented us from being so vulnerable there. But, you know, it really started when the 19 got disconnected from the 45, because my goal was to keep the 45 and the 6 side by side, because that wouldn't have given Brad the lane to make a move. And then at that point, you know, I could just stay to the bottom and let him push me and see how it ends up. So, but once he got clear of the 45, you know, he immediately got on the brakes and backed up and did all the right things. And I rolled out as well. Just probably not quick enough and fast enough to really protect the run. But you never know how it plays out. So, yeah, there's things that I think that we could have done a little bit better to give ourselves an easier shot at it. But, I mean, you got 6-time Talladega winner Brad Keselowski behind you trying to get a win, and it's been a long time since he had a win. And so it's going to be difficult. There was going to be no easy move to keep the lead. And for me, it's not it doesn't knock the wind out of my sail. It doesn't discourage me or unmotivate me. It's the opposite. It motivates me. We were right there to get the win. We have all the things that we need to have to win a race, and so that's motivation, not the opposite. And the reason you dwell on it is because you're trying to learn from it, right? And so we're here at the shop today, but we just had our competition meeting, and you know, my spotter and I, we spent probably an hour and a half afterwards watching all the video, listening to all the audio, talking about what we could have done different, talking about situational awareness of what we needed to do. And so you always are learning, and you're always figuring out, okay, what were the few things we could have done? But I'm not sitting here today in my mind too much about, you know, the pressure of the moment or, you know, how big of a loss it was. I'm just trying to take good notes and trying to make sure that we don't do it again, and that we're more prepared for the next one. And that's ongoing. You know, even when you win, you still look at all those situations and you go, I probably could have done this or could have done that.
When you look at you and Todd in the 38, I mean, you've been amongst the top Ford teams all year long.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's just a testament to, you know, the race cars that we're building and the team we have behind us. So we're not in panic mode. The points look bad, and we know that. But the last 4 weeks, we've had 30-plus finishes from, you know, wrecking and DNF. So there's still a lot of racing left. There's a lot of opportunity to make up points. But the way I look at it is you win a race, and it's 2,000 points. That's what happens when you get to the playoffs and it resets. You get 2,000 points. So, you know, trying to run third or fourth isn't going to cut it. And so we need to win races, and we need to put ourselves in position to do that. We're doing that, and eventually it's going to work out.
Well, Michael and the Front Row Motorsports team head to Dover this weekend, looking for a win, looking for a change of luck. Don't be surprised if they do it.